Johnny Depp's determination to carve out a path in the music world was met with countless obstacles, but his commitment never wavered. The journey was far from glamorous as he played in small, rundown venues, often barely scraping by. Yet the thrill of performing, the energy of the crowd, and the satisfaction of creating music was enough to keep him going, even when everything else seemed to be falling apart. The highs were fleeting, but they provided moments of clarity in an otherwise turbulent existence. As the years passed, Depp found himself on the edge of giving up on music as a full-time career, realizing that the dream of stardom might never come to fruition. In the early 1980s, a significant turning point in Depp's life came when he was introduced to actor Nicolas Cage. Cage, who was already established in Hollywood, encouraged Depp to pursue acting, sensing that his unique presence and charm could translate well to the screen. Initially, Depp was reluctant. He had never seriously considered acting as a career, and the idea of stepping into a world so different from the one he had known was intimidating. Yet something about the possibility intrigued him, and he decided to give it a try. In 1984, he made his film debut in the horror film A Nightmare on Elm Street as the character Glenn Lance. While the role was small, it marked the beginning of a career that would soon explode into one of the most fascinating and diverse in Hollywood. In the following years, Depp's career trajectory took several unexpected turns, each one bringing him closer to fame. His role in the popular television series 21 Jump Street, 1987-1991, became a defining moment in his life, catapulting him into stardom and giving him a national audience. While the show made him a household name, Depp was never fully comfortable with the mainstream success it brought him. He found the pressures of fame suffocating, and rather than becoming a typical teen idol, he sought out roles that challenged him and pushed him outside the boundaries of conventional Hollywood expectations. His decision to take on eccentric and often unconventional roles would become a hallmark of his career, setting him apart from other actors of his generation. Throughout the years, Depp's artistic choices were deeply influenced by his own experiences and the complexity of his inner world. He was often drawn to characters that mirrored his own struggles with identity, belonging, and emotional turmoil. His portrayal of Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean 2003 is perhaps his most iconic, a character that was as unpredictable as Depp himself. The role, which initially seemed like an odd choice, became a cultural phenomenon, earning Depp an Academy Award nomination and solidifying his place as one of Hollywood's most distinctive talents. However, Depp's path to fame was far from smooth. As his career blossomed, his personal life became increasingly complicated. His relationships, notably with actress Winona Ryder and later with French singer Vanessa Paradis, often garnered intense media attention. His turbulent marriage to actress Amber Heard became one of the most scrutinized in Hollywood, filled with publicized legal battles and emotional conflict. These personal struggles, combined with the pressures of fame, began to take a toll on Depp's well-being, and he found himself facing battles with substance abuse and periods of isolation. Yet, despite these challenges, Depp's resilience continued to shine through. His journey was not defined by success alone, but by a series of reinventions, an ongoing process of learning, self-discovery, and confronting the shadows of his past. Depp's willingness to take risks, both professionally and personally, demonstrated a remarkable ability to evolve, whether it be as an actor or as a person. Throughout the highs and lows, Depp's complex character and enigmatic persona have remained a source of fascination for the public, a testament to his enduring ability to captivate and surprise both on and off the screen. Despite the success of Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp's career was far from one-dimensional, and his journey took him down paths few actors dared to tread. After the overwhelming success of the Pirates franchise, Depp continued to challenge expectations with his choice of roles. His ability to seamlessly move from one eccentric character to another, often transforming physically and emotionally. For each role cemented his status as one of the most unpredictable and daring actors of his generation. He worked with a diverse array of directors, each with their own distinct vision, further expanding his range. Films like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory 2005, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street 2007, and Alice in Wonderland 2010 showcased his willingness to embrace unusual characters that required both immense creativity and a deep understanding of human emotion. In Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Depp's portrayal of the eccentric Willy Wonka under Tim Burton's direction was a reimagining of the beloved character from Roald Dahl's classic. Depp brought a peculiar, almost childlike innocence to Wonka, infused with a sense of isolation that made the character feel both whimsical and deeply vulnerable. His performance, though initially met with mixed reviews, soon found its place as an iconic interpretation, proving once again Depp's ability to take a familiar character and breathe new life into it, shaping it into something uniquely his own. In the Sweeney Todd, Depp took on the role of a vengeful barber in a dark musical directed by Burton, and his haunting portrayal of the character's descent into madness was nothing short of captivating. His voice, though untrained in musical theater, conveyed the torment and despair of Sweeney with raw intensity. The film, which combined horror, tragedy, and dark humor, marked yet another collaboration between Depp and Burton, resulting in a film that was both critically acclaimed and commercially successful. Depp's portrayal of Sweeney Todd earned him a Golden Globe Award, further solidifying his position as one of Hollywood's most versatile actors. Through his numerous collaborations with Burton, Depp had carved a niche for himself in the world of dark, fantastical storytelling. Yet, despite the incredible success and the ability to choose projects that spoke to his artistic sensibilities, Depp's personal life continued to overshadow his professional accomplishments. His high-profile relationship with French actress Vanessa Paradis, which lasted over 14 years and produced 2 children, was scrutinized by the media, but their eventual split in 2012 opened up another chapter in Depp's tumultuous personal life. Following his separation from Paradis, Depp's highly publicized marriage to actress Amber Heard became the subject of relentless media attention, with the ensuing legal battles and allegations of abuse on both sides. The media circus that surrounded their divorce tarnished his public image, and he faced harsh criticism from the tabloids, with some even suggesting that his career was irreparably damaged. However, throughout the difficult period, Depp remained relatively quiet, letting his work speak for itself. Despite the controversies, he continued to work in Hollywood, taking on roles that were more subdued in comparison to his larger-than-life performances. Films such as The Lone Ranger, 2013, and Transcendence, 2014, weren't as successful as his earlier blockbusters, but they reflected Depp's desire to challenge himself, even if the projects didn't resonate as strongly with audiences. It was during this time that Depp found solace in his musical pursuits once again. In 2015, he formed a supergroup called Hollywood Vampires alongside rock legends Alice Cooper and Joe Perry. The band paid tribute to the rock icons of the past and was a way for Depp to reconnect with his roots in music. His performances with the Hollywood Vampires allowed him to find balance in his life, providing a therapeutic outlet for the personal and professional struggles that had weighed on him for years. Music, which had been his first love, offered him a sense of peace and purpose that acting, for all its successes, sometimes couldn't provide. As the years passed, Depp's career began to show signs of a shift in direction. His reputation, once tarnished by the messy divorce and public battles, slowly started to recover as he focused on roles that reflected his true artistic inclinations. While he still faced scrutiny from the press, Depp increasingly made deliberate choices to steer his career toward films that allowed him to explore a wider range of emotions and characters. His return to the role of Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, 2017, and subsequent involvement in independent projects indicated his ongoing commitment to his craft. However, his career was no longer solely defined by the blockbuster franchises that had once made him a household name. Johnny Depp's life, both in and out of the spotlight, is a story of remarkable resilience. He faced adversities that would break many, but through it all, he never lost his drive to create, to perform, and to connect with his audience. Even when the world seemed to turn against him, Depp refused to back down. His career, with its many triumphs and setbacks, is proof that true artistry is not about perfection, but about vulnerability, perseverance, and the ability to evolve with each new challenge. Through his enduring presence on screen and his ability to take on complex, flawed characters, Johnny Depp remains a testament to the idea that talent and tenacity can transcend the struggles of both fame and personal hardship. Despite the high-profile nature of his relationships, Depp's personal life has often been marked by a sense of isolation and complexity, a stark contrast to the exuberance of his professional accomplishments. Following his separation from Vanessa Paradis, Depp entered into a tumultuous and highly publicized marriage with actress Amber Heard, a relationship that would ultimately become one of the most controversial in Hollywood. Their marriage, which began in 2015, was filled with intense media scrutiny from the very beginning. Allegations of domestic abuse from both parties turned their personal struggles into a global spectacle, with the legal battles and the accusations taking center stage in the media. The divorce, which was finalized in 2017, was followed by bitter public disputes and lawsuits that would dominate the headlines for years. The controversy surrounding Depp and Heard not only affected their personal lives, but also had a profound impact on Depp's career. Once celebrated as one of Hollywood's most versatile and bankable stars, Depp found himself on the receiving end of intense public backlash. In the wake of the legal battles, he was dismissed from major projects, most notably from the Fantastic Beasts franchise, where he had played the key role of Gellert Grindelwald. This decision, coming at a time when Depp's career was at a critical juncture, left many fans and critics divided. Some felt that Depp was being unfairly targeted, while others believed that the allegations against him had damaged his reputation beyond repair. Despite these challenges, Depp remained steadfast in his resolve to continue his career. He still sought out roles that spoke to his artistic sensibilities, and his love for acting never waned. Minamata, 2020, a film about the true story of a journalist's efforts to expose mercury poisoning in Japan, was a project that deeply resonated with Depp. The film, which garnered praise for his portrayal of W. Eugene Smith, was a stark departure from his larger-than-life blockbuster roles. Yet despite the film's critical acclaim, Minamata was unable to achieve the commercial success it deserved, partly due to the controversies surrounding Depp's personal life. The distribution of the film was hampered, and its release was delayed multiple times, underscoring the difficult reality of how personal issues can directly impact an actor's professional opportunities. The ongoing public disputes and legal battles with Amber Heard also contributed to a perception of Depp as a figure in crisis, a far cry from the charming, eccentric characters he had portrayed for years. Yet, as the years passed, Depp slowly began to rebuild his image, leaning into projects that allowed him to take on more nuanced, often darker roles. Despite being shunned by parts of Hollywood, he found solace in the music world, where he continued to perform with his band, Hollywood Vampires, and expressed himself through his musical talents. Music became a therapeutic outlet for Depp, a means of escaping the constant media circus that followed him. His performances with Alice Cooper and Joe Perry were a reminder to both fans and critics that Depp's artistic soul was not confined to the screen, but rather extended to the stage, where he could reconnect with his true passion for rock music. Through it all, Johnny Depp's resilience remained undeniable. His journey in the public eye has been a complex one, marked by triumphs, failures, and continuous reinvention. The struggles he has faced, both professionally and personally, have shaped him into a figure who has defied the odds. He has not been immune to the darker aspects of fame, but he has weathered those storms with a mixture of defiance and introspection, proving that his artistic journey is far from over. Depp's story is one of endurance, of an actor who continues to evolve despite the challenges that have threatened to overshadow his accomplishments, while his career has certainly been shaped by the controversies and personal battles he has faced. His talent and dedication to his craft remain at the core of his legacy. As he continues to move forward, Depp's story is still unfolding, and his next chapter remains a subject of intrigue and fascination for fans and critics alike. Johnny Depp's post-legal battle period has been a time of deep reflection and redefinition. With the intense public scrutiny surrounding his personal life, Depp has shifted his focus towards the more personal and intimate aspects of his career, embracing artistic projects that resonate on a more meaningful level. His departure from the mainstream Hollywood scene has allowed him the space to explore new ventures, away from the constraints and expectations that come with being one of the biggest stars in the world. This period of recalibration has led him to independent cinema, where he has the freedom to choose roles that reflect his evolving perspective on both his craft and his place within the industry. The film Jean du Barry, in which Depp plays King Louis XIV, marks a significant moment in his career, a return to the screen that feels like a statement of independence. The film, which tells the story of the French king's affair with the Titular figure offers Depp a chance to embody a complex historical character, showcasing his ability to take on layered roles that require nuance and depth. The project is not just a professional comeback, but also a sign that Depp is no longer bound by the traditional Hollywood formula. His choice to work on European films highlights a desire to engage with international cinema, allowing him to create without the baggage of American celebrity culture that often overshadows the artistry behind his work. Amid these changes, Depp has also distanced himself from the Hollywood machine in terms of his lifestyle. No longer drawn to the trappings of wealth and fame, he has embraced a simpler, more grounded existence, often choosing to stay with friends or in modest accommodations, particularly in London, where he finds creative freedom away from the pressures of constant media attention. This shift has been a reflection of his desire for authenticity and to reconnect with the essence of what makes him an artist, rather than merely a figure of tabloid fodder. In his personal life, Depp's relationship with his fans remains a key part of his healing process. He continues to make meaningful connections with them, participating in charity work and hospital visits, particularly when dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow, a character that has come to symbolize both his greatest professional triumph and his enduring appeal. These moments of genuine connection remind the public that, behind the headlines and controversies, Depp is an individual who still values the relationships he has with those who support him. Through all of these endeavors, Johnny Depp has shown a remarkable ability to adapt and persevere, a testament to his resilience. His journey has been one of reinvention, finding new paths when the old ones were no longer viable, continually rediscovering his passion for his craft, and refusing to be defined by past mistakes or public perceptions. His story is one of artistic reinvention and personal growth, a journey that continues to unfold, making it clear that Johnny Depp's legacy is not only defined by his iconic roles, but by his ability to survive, evolve, and continue creating art that resonates deeply with those who are willing to look beyond the headlines.